Good afternoon. C. Lamont Leonard here. I got to ask a question. Are there any people out there that have bitterness and anger against someone? Perhaps you're judging them because they did something to you. Today, we want to talk about the effects of that whole idea of holding on to strife, holding on to stuff. And before I go any further with that, I'm those of you that know scripture or you've heard scripture, I want to read this scripture to you, and then we're going to kind of break it down real quickly. And I really believe it's going to help you and free you up in so many different areas. Simply because when we hold grudges, when we hold bitterness and anger against someone, we end up being really the person that's affected the most. And you say, well, how is that? Well, in a lot of ways. I mean, think about it. If you're angry at someone who passed you and bumped you along the way and they didn't say I'm sorry or they just kept on going, you feel, oh man, I was just bruised. That hurt me. I'm mad. I'm upset. Why hold on to something like that? The person is gone and you want to get back at them, so you go into a rage and a rant and you want to give them a piece of your mind. Let me tell you something. Every time you give a piece of your mind in anger and bitterness towards someone, you lose a piece of life. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, think about it. If the person is already gone, or if the person's already said I'm sorry, then what more do you want from that person? What do you think swinging at the person, cursing the person out is going to change the situation? Not really. In reality, the only person that still has an issue is you. And then you'll go back and you'll tell somebody else how you feel and how you told that person off. And you still don't feel good after you did that. It starts weighing down on you. And before you know it, if you get that type of attitude and you keep that type of attitude, it creeps up in almost everything that will happen that day. It'll mess up your whole day because you let it mess up your whole day. Let me read from scripture for you to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. All right. I'm going to be reading from Luke chapter 6. Verse 37 says this: Judge not, or do not judge others, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn others, or it will come back against you. Forgive others, and you will be forgiven. Give, and you will receive. Your gift will return to you in full, pressed down, shaken together to make room for more, running over and poured into your lap. The amount you give will determine the amount you get back. Now, those of you that have been to church, you probably heard that scripture read right before the offering time because it's giving time. Don't hold on to it. It's going to be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give them to your bosom. Ladies and gentlemen, that is out of context. This whole passage in Luke chapter 6, beginning basically at verse 27, talks about loving your enemies. And this whole passage is about you loving people and being able to forgive people that have done bad to you. Understand, if you hold a grudge, the grudge that you hold against a person, as it says in verse 38, it's going to come back to you. What you gave that person in response to their misstep, okay? What you gave them was a mouthful of negativeness. Now what you have done is you've released negativeness out there upon that person, but more than that, it's coming right back at you. You don't feel any better. You think you feel better because you told that person off. But the reality is you are going to be having a weight of that on you all day long. And a lot of times we say, yeah, I had this person do such and such to me. Man, that just messed my whole day up. I don't feel good about it. And you just start ranting and raving and telling the story all over again. Let me tell you something. It's better for you to forgive and have peace. Because I guarantee you the person that you went off on is probably not thinking about you anymore. They're gone. and what you said is no longer hurting them. So you need to have a clue. You're killing yourself when you release all that negative, hot stuff on other people. Learn how to let it go. Some people hold on to stuff for years. And holding on to things like that causes you to have things that ache in your body. They hurt you mentally. They hurt you physically. Before you know it, I mean, these things, they start to build up. If you do it with one person, you'll do it with somebody else. And over again, you just become an angry person. Learn how to smile. Learn how to forgive. Learn how to laugh. Learn how to be the best person that you can be. And that you do with regard to giving back to people and giving to people, don't give them hate, give them love, because that's really what you want. Give them peace. That's really what you want. If they made a mistake, let mercy come. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So remember these things and have a best and better day, week, and year. All right? This is C. Lamont Leonard signing off. All right. See you next time.